Welcome to another conversation here on Purposeful Living. Today I'm joined by Justy Ordained, and we are going to have a fruitful conversation. So, guys, stay with us and learn, relearn, and let's just find purpose together. So, Justin, thank you so much for joining us. We are happy to have you, and we know today we are going to learn a lot from you.
I'm honored.
Thank you. So let me just give you a minute to introduce yourself so the viewers can know who we are and yes.
Okay, deal breaker question.
Yes.
Anyways, okay, so my name is Justy Ordained, like she has said. I'm a devoted mother, wife, I'm a career woman, I'm a marketing coordinator by profession, and yeah, what more
That's
can
it.
I say? Yeah.
Okay, knowing
Mhm.
Justine, beautiful woman, kind, and yeah, the world needs people like you. So kind, natural, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
But before we start, let me just ask a few questions, some icebreakers just to relax and okay. How are you doing today? Not how are you, but how are you really doing today?
I'm balanced.
Balanced.
I'm balanced
Elaborate.
in a sense to say
Uh-huh.
I have a lot going on,
Mhm.
but I'm really balanced. So I thank God for the sufficient grace of just
Mm.
balancing me throughout. So I would describe that as I'm balanced today.
Okay, okay. And then next one is how is your morning routine?
Quick and fast, truly. Like I'm a get goer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really pick around here and there. I don't do much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very quick one.
Being a mom, being a wife, being all of that, how do you wake up? You are the 5 a.m. ladies, you're 3 a.m., or what do you do in the morning exactly?
I'm actually no, I actually prepare the previous night. So I'm not like an early bed.
Mm-hmm.
So my mornings, like I said, they are very quick
Mm-hmm.
and they are calm. I really don't fuss around. What I do is I make sure that I've prepared whatever it is that I'm intended to for the following morning, the previous night, so that I can have it easy.
So all you do is just dress up, work, or make
Even the
breakfast or
outfits
what?
are already picked out.
Oh wow.
My husband's clothes are already ironed. I really do not like
You are
jiggy
the
mornings.
prepared wives.
I would say that.
I need classes. I really need classes for that. Okay. What is that thing that made you smile recently?
Seeing my younger daughter
Mm-hmm.
starting to speak, that was so
Oh,
beautiful. I'm
how old
telling
is
you.
she?
She's turning 3 in July.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so
nice.
she's really starting to mama the
Mm-hmm.
words, but like the actual words that
Mm-hmm.
I smell every day. Just yesterday, she
New
was,
discoveries
I'm
every day.
telling you,
Mm-hmm.
she was just like, please, please, mommy, mommy, please.
Oh wow.
I'm like, she's now using please?
Eh,
Yeah.
That's if a young woman is watching you right now,
Okay.
what is one thing you would want her to know before we even begin?
I think it's the virtue to understand that it doesn't matter how far you have gone wrong in life,
Mm-hmm.
you can always turn back and make things right.
Wow.
Always.
Okay. Always remember it's never too late, right? All right. Let's dig in. Don't forget, ladies, we are hosting a purposeful event this year on the 20th of June 2026 at Meta Greenhouse. Make sure you purchase your tickets while there's still space, and we have limited space. And trust me, you do not want to miss this for anything. And another thing is we are going to learn a lot. Make sure you come find purpose with us. Even if you're already thriving in your purpose, trust me, you come learn, relearn, and just be inspired. Ladies, make sure you purchase your tickets. All right, let's get to today's topic. It's the messy in between finding purpose as a married woman. The messy in between finding purpose as a married woman. So, Justin, we are going to start with our questions. All right, our first question is: how long have you been married, and how has it been your venture that kept you sane thus far as a young married woman?
Okay, so I've been married for plus minus. Okay, I'll be celebrating my 4th year
Oh,
wedding anniversary
okay.
in September.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say is the virtue that has kept me married
Mm-hmm.
the question was married, right?
Yeah.
Thus far.
Mm-hmm.
I would say is I've lived by the virtue of I get to define my own marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else defines it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Myself and my husband, we define it ourselves. No comparison, no wanting to be, no wanting to look. We define it ourselves. I think it's the reason why we are still,
Running.
Mm-hmm.
How would you define or
Mm-hmm.
explain the importance of finding purpose, like an individual purpose,
Mm-hmm.
while married?
Okay. So I would say probably this question is broad.
Mm.
It's not entirely just to women, but also to men.
Yeah.
So for me, I think it's very important for couples individually, right, to
Yeah.
have their own separate identity.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know these are people that before they became a union, right, they were like, just
Separate
individual,
people,
yes,
yeah.
separate, but obviously there are characters that drew them together, and in as much as some of these people come from different cultural beliefs, sometimes even religious norms, and just different hobbies and interests, but a lot of them, when they come together, they actually like get lost, in the
Yeah.
facade of the marriage phase and all that. So I think that it is very important for you to find your identity as an individual, for you to be able to really know that, okay, what do I pour into my partner's cup? Because I mean, if you are empty, meaning you literally rely on your, some people make it seem as if they are validated by their partners.
Yeah.
Their happiness lies in their partner's hands. So at that, sometimes they are miserable when they are in their absence and so forth.
Not
so
even being there on themselves.
So their cup becomes empty, which actually now brings about frustrations and just arrogance and just sadness, because now
You are not yourself.
exactly. Like, so
It's
I
true.
think it's very important, and I think your partner should be able to. They already loved you, there were characters as to why they got attracted to you, why they, they saw that, what, they see fit to be like, I think this is my ideal partner. So I think, continue, date into your marriage.
It's true. And just to add on that, mostly women tend to just be behind their husbands. They just follow their husbands' purpose, and then you get to forget your purpose. You are just trying to align your purpose with his. Not to say partners should not try to align purposes. No,
Disclaimer.
that's a disclaimer. They should try, but don't forget what you like doing and what is really your purpose. Don't let it die while you are following the other one's purpose. That's powerful. Okay. How does finding your purpose as a married woman help you identify and inherit strength where one can offer unique values in their personal lives?
Okay, so women, I always say, women are one of the most strongest people yet.
Very.
We are naturous by nature. We are multipliers by nature. So, and even the Bible says, I mean, we are helpers to our husbands, right? But have you seen a woman that is so miserable? When a lady is so miserable, or let me say a woman is so miserable, miserable in a sense that they've really lost themselves to the facade of marriage. Some become the shadows of their husbands, that their home is no more a place of joy and peace, because don't forget, we are the one that turned the houses into homes. And what is a home? A home is a place where there's nature, there's love, there's care, it's soft, it's warm for the family. So when you are actually living within your purpose, right, it also allows you to just sprout out, to actually glow, like, glow, to actually love right, to even, bring up your child in the right manner. And it just brings out that softness. I mean, guys, I'm sure I'm not the only one. You don't want to live this soft wife era. Everybody wants that. But obviously, if you are miserable, guys, it's
more especially when you are not really in your purpose.
It's not.
Sometimes you may even feel like you are tight. You feel like, this is not me. This is not what I would love to do. You just feel like there's something missing. So, and I believe as a woman, if you are not yourself, you'll not be able to give.
That's what I say.
And the home will
Because
not.
we are naturals. You won't be allowed to nature to bring the warmth and the love out. But the minute you actually know your existence and actually how powerful your purpose can as well serve into
Yeah.
the ministry of your marriage. Your home just blossoms, and your kids actually pick up even
Yeah.
well, and it's true.
They will.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. What do you excel at effortlessly?
So, what I excel at effortlessly,
Mhm.
is it in my marriage or
Yes.
just like in life
In
in
your
general?
marriage.
Okay, so I excel effortlessly at maintaining the structure in my marriage. Look, every marriage has structure.
Yeah.
Now, I would say this. My structure might not be the one that your marriage supports on, but my husband, I'm actually his subordinate, right? So he's the head, I subordinate, meaning I'm the neck
Yeah.
that holds the head
Yes.
and whatever is down there, the
Yeah.
kids, the home, the bills, the whatever.
Mhm.
So I excel at that, truly. But it was not like that at the beginning. The first year, it was very hard. This thing, wives of 21st centuries, it's not like in our mother's eras, I'm telling you. This man's already founding, they found us already working,
Yeah.
earning, doing things on our own. So, trying to actually like
You
melt
don't
into
depend.
yeah, so now the Bible is like we need to submit, and things like that. It was very hard, but like as time goes, I also got to invest in very like various marriage related books,
That's good.
yeah, so they actually helped me a lot, or listening to marriage related seminars or
Podcasts.
YouTube. But yes, they really get to help you. They give you an eye opener.
Yeah.
They allow you. So I had to learn how to balance and just to understand the structure in my home. And I would say where I am at now, I excel at that.
Oh.
Like
Yes,
I know
girl.
when he should be a man and I'm the woman.
Really, information and knowledge is very much important. I listen to podcasts, I read books as well, and just the things that you find there, they are just things that you'll be like, oh, this is what I was supposed to
Profound
do.
information.
Okay, yes,
It's true.
really. And I encourage every woman out there, every married person, every man, please make sure you get yourself some books to read on marriage. Don't undermine those information in there. They are very, very much important, and they can help you make your house a happy home. So yeah, that's good. Okay, how does finding your passion allow you to pursue your purpose even in seasons you feel uncertain?
Okay. This is actually a very good question. I would murmur the whole day. Now, there's purpose and then there's passion. Passion is something that you carry at heart.
Yeah.
It's something that you value. It's something that even when you feel weak, on days where you don't feel like waking up, like the season is blurry, it's rocky, it's your passion. You get up and then you do it. And then the purpose is what you live in it. You know why you are doing it, because it's either somebody out there is also benefiting from it. That is why it's also when they say every marriage should serve purpose in the kingdom of God. Marriage is not about yourself, I'm telling you.
It's
so
a
it's
kingdom
the same.
assignment.
Exactly. So it's very important to have something that you are passionate about, which then you begin to live as a purpose of it. You get what I'm saying? So if you don't have a passion of anything, and when I mean anything, guys, passion can even be cooking.
Yes, ma'am.
Passion can literally be cooking. It keeps you sane on days where you feel like, I just feel like, I wanna, like for me, I would tell you, cleaning, guys, when I'm just having that day which is rough and I just want to like everybody, like from the kids to the husband, I tend to cleaning.
The whole house.
And he just knows that now she's but he allows me, and really when I'm done, I'm just like, okay,
now I'm thinking, what do I do?
Tell me, there should be something.
I think I cook.
Like
I
would agree, probably. That's
cook.
Your passion.
Yeah, I'll cook and then I'll call everybody, come eat.
You see?
Yeah.
And then after that, like it has just, so it's basically that.
Yeah.
It is. It also just prevents you from also uttering unnecessary words at the wrong time. Sometimes you are really just frustrated. It's not even with your husband.
Yes.
It's just something else.
All right. All right. Every marriage has structure. How do you navigate your marriage structure without being your husband's shadow?
Okay, like I said, I think I would pin this to probably something I've said earlier on.
Okay.
Like I said, really, every marriage has structure. Like now, the structure that might work for mine might not be what works for the next person.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? But structure is very important because what does it do? It allows the home to also have an order. Home, there's so many things under home. There are now kids, there are responsibilities like bills and stuff like that. So when a home doesn't have structure, everything seems to be disorganized, obviously. Because if there's no structure, then you also find that one or two of the partners, if not the wife, who obviously take more, is actually being pinned down by so many responsibilities. But the structure in a home allows to say, okay, you sit as a married woman and as a married husband, obviously as a couple, and you get to structurize to say, okay, what is the husband expected to do? What is the wife expected to do? Finding balance within. And also, I think it roots deeper than that. Finances now also come in. I think a lot of people will run away from this conversation, but like I always say, in marriage there are no secrets when it comes to finances. Because look, your husband will think you are all that too. Then next thing is like the mortgage is on you. What are you earning? And then you're not even left with anything. So structure is really important, and this actually starts like at the beginning of the marriage. You guys already get to sit and you set the standards, so that when you are in it, and guys, it's something I can never overemphasize on, right? Husbands are not prone to pressure. I always say this. They are really, really not prone to pressure.
That's so powerful. Repeat it again.
Husbands are not prone to pressure. I'm telling you. And a lot of husbands are really, really dying in secrets. Like, in silence, not in secret, sorry, in silence because of just structural pressure. Like, we get to use, we get to use the reference with the Bible, like you are the provider, you are the what. We understand, but what are you? Are you not a helper?
Exactly.
What are you helping with? Sometimes. So I would say that is, one of the most dynamic things that one should actually like look at.
Marriage structure is a very important part of marriage that everybody should consider before even getting into marriage. I remember we had a marriage counselor, and I thank God for that man. I don't know, I cannot remember his name. That man gave us so much of structure. He didn't tell us, go do this and this. He just told us, this is how marriage will work. This is what can bring problems in marriage and so on. And trust me, sometimes you find yourself at a crossroads and you just don't know what decision to make. And you're just like, okay, now I remember why this man said that. It's very much important because I remember I have a nanny. How you treat a nanny, how just to navigate life, and also helping throughout the house. And if you then don't have this structure, the house will be a mess. Even your personal life will be a mess because you'll be like, I need to touch on this, I also need to touch on this, and then
true.
And
I always say, like, as a woman, you don't really have to take in everything. Being a handful woman doesn't really define you as the perfect wife. It's okay to have help. Because really,
it's true.
It's okay
you
to
will
have
not
help.
manage, especially these wives that are working. You working
Just say
class. It's very hard. You find yourself, you want to run and go do some laundry. Sometimes you just don't have time, or you just not manage, and you just want to be there sometimes and help out. Honestly, I'm still struggling with this nanny navigating thing and housekeeping thing, but we were just talking about it. I think it was last month, if I can remember well. And then we were just putting structure on how things should go and what I can do and what the house helper can do. And this is really it has been a good one. I didn't even say it, but I'm sure they'll be like, when they listen to this, they'll be like, okay, because the conversation really brought out a lot that I didn't know on how to tackle them and so on.
And sometimes it also helps you to identify your weakness. And then,
it's true. And it's okay that if you are not able to do everything at once. Okay. This is beautiful. I'm learning, and I'm just getting affirmations on things I navigate with. Okay. What advice will you give a newly married woman or those who have been married for long but feel like they have lost personal identity and finding it hard to revive their hobbies, interests, and then finding their purpose within the chaos.
So what I would say is, to the newly ones, and then obviously, okay, I'll start with the newly ones.
Okay.
Society does not validate you
Yes,
at all.
ma'am.
Like, society really has a lot of opinions, especially to, like, newly married, everybody wants to have a say, in, like, don't go do this, do like this. And now, like I always say, it is you and your husband that will define your marriage, to be honest. So the minute you actually are prone to societal thoughts, you want to do it because of what they are saying. You want to do what Nina is doing, you want to do what Justy is doing, but because it works for them, it might not work for you. So what I would say is, number one, very important, find your passion. What do you love? What do you enjoy doing? And some of these things you already had them when you were a single lady.
Yes.
What did you enjoy actually doing? Draw them back. It's also like the same thing where I say that people should learn how to continue dating while they are married.
Yes.
A lot of marriages are dying because as soon as they get married,
now you are married,
they stop. Date throughout your marriage. So it's the same, continue. Have a passion in your marriage. It actually allows you to actually fully blossom in your purpose because of the passion that you have for certain things that you love. You used to love gymming. You used to love maybe going to church choirs. You used to love going out, with your friends. And one thing I would like to, like, take along is an issue of, like, when ladies get married, I don't know why they have a thing of cutting off their unmarried friends.
No.
Like, who told you that? Like,
unless they are being a problem to your marriage.
Exactly.
But otherwise, why are you leaving them?
But really also pass on grace to the next person, because they might just, change their ways because of you.
Yes.
Should they be, So, like, the only thing I'll tell the newly ones, obviously, do not be validated in societal norms and opinions. And also, very important, stick to your passion, take it into your marriage, because it will then help you how to navigate when you find yourself like you are lost and you are just your husband's shadow. Like, we also don't want that.
You don't want.
Marriage is long. It's a long road.
It's life, actually, because now you leave your passion out there. When will you come back to it?
Imagine.
You just be living for somebody, or just for the sake of marriage.
So, and to those that are already, like, they've been in marriage for long, plus 10 years, there are a lot of women that are still lost. Like, you'd hear stories about, she used to. Can we come back from the used to? Like, it's never, like I said earlier on, it's really never too late to just stand back and make things right. It's still the same. Like, it doesn't matter how old you are. Like, life, live in the moment, and you can always just start over. You can always just start over. So it's really, really not too late at all.
Finding purpose is very, very much important, because that gives you a peace of mind, and the way of living becomes softer, because not having purpose, just being lost, just knowing I have to wake up and cook,
it brings inner peace.
Yes. All right, let me take you back where you said the first months of marriage are not easy. I know, speaking from experience, these are two different people coming together, and you are used to living alone, not having responsibilities and so on. How did you navigate through the first few months of marriage where you are just there struggling without knowing what to do?
Nobody prepares you for the chaos, I'm telling you. But look, I'm telling you, let me tell you, from being housed by your parents to just being housed by a man. Like,
oh my God.
Look, like, for me, when I got married, just something short, my father was already late.
Yeah.
So, and my mom is like a very soft woman, right? It's like she didn't even have rules or anything and stuff. But then, when I started living with my husband, then there were even rules, guys. Can you imagine? There were rules, like the time you come home, like, I first didn't understand, especially with that one, like timing. Because when we were dating, it was okay. But now, like, at least if I'm out, there should be like a sense of communication to say, I must be able to be like, no, I'm okay, babe, I think I'll be home around what time and stuff like that. We really used to like clash a lot with that, to a sense to say, I even used to do comparisons to say, but when you
I don't.
But then I got to understand that it's very important to marry, not even to marry, to be married by a right man.
Yeah.
You know, they say marry right, but being married by a right man is so important. I got to understand that it's coming from a place of care.
Yeah.
It's coming from a place of love, like entitlement. That's my woman. I want to know where are you and stuff like that.
Yes.
So we really used to clash a lot. I think that was one of the main reasons. Not to say because I go out a lot, but you know us now, ladies, you know, and stuff like that.
There are
But
things
also,
you used to do.
yeah, you know, you guys were just dating, but now you guys are in each other's space now, and you are like, because if you guys are seeing each other for a weekend, it was very easy for you to pretend for that weekend.
Yes, it's okay.
Now it's like the characters are really coming out, the colors. You are just like. It was really not easy. It wasn't, but
no,
to
it's
be
not
honest,
easy.
but then again, you just go back to the drawing board. Like I say, I think it's very important to get premarital counseling at the beginning,
very
because you go back, and in most cases those are like classes where you actually take notes and stuff.
Yeah,
so, and personally for me, I'm a journaler. I journal a lot. From my single life to my dating life to now when I'm married, I still journal. So on days where I'm having it difficult, I go back to say, on this day, I remind myself, and something that I've got to understand is that I didn't get married to be happy. I'm telling you, if you got married to be happy, you got married for the wrong reasons. It's really to serve God. The marriage must serve God.
Yes,
it's a ministry.
It's God's ministry.
So that alone helps you to navigate, to say, okay, we are already in it. You didn't go in it to hop out.
No.
You must work through. And also communication. I was really slacking. I used to slack at communication. Because what do you mean you are telling me I must
every time headed home,
I wasn't
just
good at
knocking off.
communication. And it's also different, man. Like you are coming from, and for me, I'm married to a man who is very calm, very quiet. Like he doesn't even raise his voice, and he also comes from like a very deep space. His era is totally different from mine. Like like him and I grew up in two different how can I say that, societies, right? So it was hard, and for me, I'm always like, I'm expecting to like read between the lines, and then he's like, speak, because I won't know what you want. It was sometimes you're just grumpy, because you want him to know what you want or what to do. So that's where communication came in. That's how I learned communication, but it obviously now came in like, I'm still struggling until now. I'm still trying. I think every day it's just a learning process. You just learn, but other than that, when the person really wanted to marry you, you get through.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's very important.
Yeah, marriage is work. It's work. Marriage is work. It's not a vacation. It's work. You have to work for it to work out. And now it reminds me, the first month when we got married, it was like I used to go to home for a weekend. So now weekend comes and I'm preparing to go home, and my husband is like, "You are going home." You are going home and you are leaving me here alone. And I'm like, so it's as if I trapped myself. I can't even go for a weekend. But to think of it, you are going for a weekend at your mother's place, and what about him? He stays home or he goes to the mother's place, or
it's too much.
Yeah, and I felt like, why is he treating me like this? Am I trapped or something? Now why I even said like, how many times?
I'm telling you, how many times I pecked. I'm telling
like
you.
I'm going.
How many times I
Oh my
really
God.
like I'm telling you. And the funny thing is that it's true when they say that the devil doesn't like marriage. And what he does is, and especially if your marriage doesn't start with a foundation, it can be easily broken and shaken. A lot of people that were once married and then they are like now separated or divorced, I don't think they really went in, with that.
I keep saying, don't divorce, but wait, just separate a little bit, think again, and then when you come back together, maybe you'll have a different understanding.
I always say that, but also like I was saying, foundation is really important. Like getting married for the right reasons. I feel like people nowadays, look, I'm not saying you guys are getting married for the wrong reasons. I'm just saying, like, to be honest, like,
Yeah.
you need to understand what is marriage, the ministry itself. You know,
It's not an easy
it's
ministry.
not. So I feel like sometimes really, if your purposes are also not aligned, it is also very important that purposes are aligned, you know, for you guys to actually make it work and stuff like that. So yeah, but other than that,
but it's not easy, but it's beautiful.
it's beautiful.
When
It
you
has
work
its
on
rocky
it,
days.
yes, when you work on it, it becomes a very beautiful place to be, and you just want to tell everybody, get married.
Communication is key. I would say that's the
Yes,
thing.
ma'am.
And it gets better day by day as well.
Definitely. Okay, so now, being a mom, being a wife, what keeps you going? Where do you get your strength from?
Look, like I always say, every day I actually get, you know, every day when I wake up, before anything else, I acknowledge God in my life. Like, acknowledging his presence, acknowledging that he just makes provision, like for me to be able to just carry out, you know, tasks assigned. It's really not easy to have people that rely on you. And when I say that, I mean obviously our kids, and then also a husband. You know that husbands rely on wives now.
Yes,
they really do. They do. It's really a lot.
Just for him to be
I'm
exactly what he
telling
wants
you.
to be.
Tell
He
me, what
needs
do
you.
you mean you don't know where your socks are? Like, your own socks. And I must look, guys, this is
And
like
then we say this,
it's
people
an
think
everyday
it's a
thing
joke.
for me.
Yeah.
Like, the person doesn't know where the socks are. And now I must be running around looking for the socks. But again, your daughter, I like calling his daughter. Because I'm like, your daughter is also saying, mommy, mommy. It's like you're mothering. Sorry.
Oh my God. I know it's true. It's so funny. There was this one time, I don't know, we were having a party at home and my sister was around and she was like, my husband was calling, hey babe, where are my socks? Babe, my glasses. Babe, my phone. And my sister was like, is he serious? I'm like, yes. It's a normal in this house. It's so normal.
Have you seen my vest?
Yeah, and exactly. And then she was like, so these things that people keep talking, so it's true. Men really can't find their things when they are married, ne?
But the funny thing is they always know where their phones are.
Okay. No, really. When marriage works, when you have God at the center of the marriage, because God, this ministry belongs to God, and for it to go well, it's when God is at the center of it all. And one thing I would advise every woman out there, or men, or every couple out there, make sure God is at the center of your relationship, and make sure whatever you do, you speak to God first. And whatever escalates, or whenever you are even in happy moments, make sure to acknowledge God, worship him at all times, and thank him for whatever he's doing in your life. Because without God, marriages or relationships can never work. And remember, when you are doing something, there was something I was listening to this it's a podcast by Kabelo Mohale. She was talking with the husband, and they were having a relationship issues, and I mean a marriage problem. And I love the way they are so authentic with their marriage, and they don't make it look perfect. And they really taught me something very important to say. Make sure, even when you are not happy in that marriage, remember you are not in that marriage for your sake. You are there because of God.
That's why I say.
And even when you look at him,
be happy, you got married for the wrong reasons.
Even when you look at him and you know you are not happy with him, remember, I can't say this to you because God, there is God. It's not just about you and I. Yeah, it was a beautiful conversation they had, and I learned a lot. And bottom line is, make sure you get help. Read books, listen to podcasts, watch videos if you have to, and just learn.
Yeah, but like I always say, is that nobody can actually tell you how to love someone. You can never get advice on how to actually love someone. Okay, I know there is like marriage counselors and their life coach, like marriage coach and stuff. But for me, I believe that the best counselor and the best coach is actually God himself. Go on your knees. Go on your knees. Nothing and no situation presented before him ever fails, you know, at all.
Powerful. Okay. All in all, wife or mother? Wife or mother?
I love wifing.
Why?
But I'll also not eliminate mother, but I love wifing. It allows me to also be just a girl. Who doesn't want to be a girl? You know, like when you're a mother, you are like a super woman.
Yes.
But when you're a wife, you are the
you're
girl.
just a girl. Oh.
I would say wife.
Okay. Because you want to be that girl. Just waiting for daddy to do something. Okay.
Telling you.
Hi, Justine. Okay. Let's close off by encouraging the women and reminding them what God says about them.
Look, you are the stronghold. Like I would say, look, you are the stronghold. You are the glue that holds. In actual fact, if I would say this, men, in as much as, you know, they are the strongest physical, emotionally, men could never amount to carry the weight that we carry.
It's true.
So women, you are powerful, you are virtuous, you are full of valor, you are exceptional, and you can make a great change. Do you actually know that it's women that make the biggest impact and change in society?
Yes.
Because they say what? Behind a great man, there's what?
There's that powerful woman.
There's that woman. You know? So it's like I always say, you are validated in Christ alone.
Yes.
And with him, to be honest, you can do all things. You can do all things. So I would just like to encourage, you know, every woman out there, whether you are single now, I also don't want to leave the others out there, that for as long as you are living, there is always a purpose for you to serve the next person. To serve the next person, or there's always purpose to serve the next person. In per se, to say it is either the way you live, it is by the type of job that you do, it is how you reach out to the next person. Your purpose can always serve, you know, in the next person's life. You know, so don't look down on yourself to say, but for instance, I just braid hair, you know, people that work in salons. You are living within your passion. These people are actually, you know, and it serves a purpose in people's life, because if you're not there now, our hair are looking like what? I'm just giving an example, you know. So do not, you know. And yeah, for those that are also looking forward to get married, it's really, really a beautiful ministry. Do not let people say otherwise. Marriage is really beautiful. It is actually what you make it to be. To be honest, you know, these things that we are hearing, yes, things are happening in society and whatnot, but that's not you.
In fact, it's not those things are not just happening in marriages. They are also happening outside of marriages.
That's the thing, you know. But I'm saying, you know, especially these days, a lot of people, you know, they've been tackling on that issue, like, they are just pretending to be happy and whatnot.
No, we are happy.
Don't we look happy? That's just the truth. But no, really, to be saying, you know, all in all, it's a beautiful ministry. It is just you alone that can actually define it for yourself. Yes.
Okay, so this was a beautiful conversation. Thank you so much. I love when people find purpose. And this is where the birth of purposeful living came in, because there was a time in life when I needed to really know, who am I? What is my purpose? What is my passion? What do I want to do in life? And I realized, okay, I found my purpose, and I want any other women out there to have their purpose, or any other person. That's why we are here hosting these events, and we are trying to make podcasts so that people can listen and learn. Because really, when you do not have purpose, or you do not know what your purpose is, you tend to live a very unhappy life.
True,
because every time you're just thinking on asking yourself, what do I do next? What is next? But if you have your purpose, then you know who you are, you know what you do, and you know what is your direction in life. So, ladies and gentlemen out there, make sure you find your purpose. If that means reading books, if that means talking to somebody, try to do anything that you can so that you try to find your purpose. Thank you so much for
Thank you
joining
so much
us.
for having me. This was really a profound conversation. Myself, I've also learned a few things from you. And And I know, you know what, I just want to tell you that you're really doing a great thing.
Oh, thank you.
So massive, so beautiful, because you are reaching out to a milestone of people, milestone of women, milestone of girl child, you know, out there, you know, and you are just impacting their lives with, you know, these interviews that you are having, you know. It's beautiful. Keep going.
Thank
I'm
you.
really proud of
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really, really honored.
All right. Until next time, we love you and bye.